Okay, this is an ad hoc meeting, a policy meeting. We have two policies to review this morning. The first policy is adult continuing education. We've had an adult education program which operates at Berlin high schools in the evening for a number of years. And this policy is really just to put something in place that the board's position is to continue having this program. If we weren't to have this program, we'd have to combine with another district. And in years past, we've always opted to have our own adult ed program with a director that runs that program at the high school. Typically, there's a GED class, as well as other types of adult education programs. Could be things such as photography, English as a second language, various courses. So citizenship, English proficiency, and so on. So that's really what this policy is about. I don't know if the board members want to comment on it.
Brian, Tim Oakes, board member. The only question I have that jumps out at me is that it states the adult education program is open to all residents 6 years and over. Is that accurate?
Yes, because if we were with state guidelines, if we were to offer a program for students, that we could do it through the adult education program. It's just it's a way of noting it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah.
No, I mean, other than that, like you said, this is something I know we've seen advertisements in the paper and the Berlin Citizen and things like that for many, many years about the different offerings that this program brings to the table. So,
because if we talked about like even limited English proficiency, that we could, students that are not officially adults could be involved if need be, and there could be other programming run through it. So.
Yep. No, I think it makes sense to memorialize it into a policy. It certainly, since there are legal references to it, as things change at that level, we'll be able to react accordingly.
Any other comments on the adult continuing education program policy?
No, it looks fine.
All right, thank you, Tracy. The other policy, whether it be very fitting or not, it's a policy on civility, respectful communications and actions. The thought was based on some of the recent occurrences. CABE is also pushing boards to adopt a policy of such. They sent us 4 sample policies that we reviewed, and then we sent that to Shipman and Goodwin, as we typically do, to get their version. So this is what Shipman helped us to draft, and it really just speaks to appropriate behavior, and when appropriate behavior doesn't take place, what the outcomes could be and what the inappropriate behavior might be. So it just kind of puts it in a policy that says how the board's expected to act and how public staff, any other individuals are expected to act in their both verbal behavior as well as any physical behavior and so on. So there's some examples of disruptive communications or actions, and then there's for students, parents, members of the public, and then disciplinary consequences is how it's broken up. So I don't know if the board has any questions on that.
No, I think this is fairly straightforward as well. I think the only thing jumps out at me as a visual difference is just making it match with the other policies that we have from a font perspective and a layout perspective. I get that it's a first reading, but
yeah, when we put it in finalization, we'll definitely do that. And I think that might just be how you have it digitally, because I have hard copies in front of me, and the font is accurate. I think just that a portion came from CABE and then merged with Shipman is why it's a little off.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Will there be any regulations that accompany this one, or is it not something that warrants regulation?
At this point, we thought just to have the policy, and then if there needs be some regulations, we think just having a policy in place sets a tone and an expectation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this definitely seems like something that's going to have a lot of interpretive options to it. So we probably want to maybe think about some more I don't know, scenarios, I guess, or use cases where we might need to answer some questions up front, if possible.
Absolutely. I think that if you're, if we're okay and the board adopts this policy, I think we could definitely draft regulations that support the policy and that are a little clearer as far as, what would go out to the public and so on to support the policy.
Yep. No, I think that sounds good.
Yeah, it reads really well. I mean, it looks great to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I agree with what Tim's saying. It's not all the very tight exact wording you might have in regulation, but I think it sends a broader sense of, there's a level of mutual respect that needs to be both ways, from the board, from the public, and so on. So, but if you're good, we'll bring it forward for a first reading. If there's anything you want to change, we'll definitely edit it. It's not a policy that many boards have, but many boards are adopting it recently. It's also part of the CABE requirements on the CABE recognition sheet. So,
yep. No, like I said, I think it's good. Tracy and I think, are both on the same page. It's a starting point and something to build off of.
Agree on that. Yeah.
sounds good. That's all I have this morning at 7:30. So that's all I have. And I appreciate you both coming on early in the morning here to take care of this. And we'll get together tomorrow night too. So
Very good.
thank you both. Appreciate it.
All right. Move to adjourn.
Move
Oh,
to
yeah.
adjourn. The time here. Let me get the exact time here.
7:38.
Thank you, Tracy. 7:38. I'll take care of getting a little minutes out for this. So thank you both.
Hey.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Okay, guys.